Hi, this is Mike Spellecy with Maritz Motivation Solutions, and a number of us from Maritz are here in Miami this week for the Baptie conference. I've always really enjoyed the Baptie conference because, as you know, it's the largest tech network group in the world, actually, at 5,700 members. But it's always a great opportunity for the VARs, the resellers, and the vendors to get together and pretty much say exactly what they think about what it is that they like and don't like about how their businesses are currently operating. And usually that's on a number of different topics. This year, however, it's very different. This year, the sole topic, pretty much to this point, has been migration to the cloud and the impact that will have on the current resellers and VARs. I think the cloud migration has been discussed since, the late 90s. And in fact, even 2 years ago, it was only 5% of the market. Last year, it was 30%, and I think that change is now being perceived as being inexorable. The cloud is coming. Everything is going to move to some sort of a subscription or SaaS model. That creates a problem for VARs, and here's basically how that works. If you think about what the VAR channel has been like forever, really, for 40 years anyway, it's a combination of selling hardware and software to chief technology officers. That's not so much the case anymore, okay? Now you're talking about monthly subscription kinds of models that can be sold to VPs of marketing, the heads of different lines of business, chief financial officers. So the buyers are different and the business model is different. And the reason the business model, I think, is going to be a real challenge and has become a challenge is that if you think about it, when I'm selling hardware and software and I install, and that's pretty much what I do, that's a very big ticket item. Right? And I've got a number of those going on at any given time, so my cash flow is really very good pretty much all the time. If I go from a big ticket model to a monthly subscription or an SaaS kind of model, suddenly my revenue streams have gone way down in a very, very big hurry. So I think what's going to happen, at least in the short term, I think there will be some sort of a lifetime value calculation that will be used. In other words, I think that as has been used in telecommunications and among other verticals over the years, I think what will happen is there will be a lifetime value calculation done on each subscription service sold, and then incentives, MDF, co-op, points-based programs for reps, all of those will be paid against the lifetime value rather than on a monthly basis against a much, much smaller revenue stream. So I don't know if that will be the long-term approach, but I think certainly in the interim it's one way of helping the VARs move from a largely funded, dollar-funded business model to a monthly kind of less aggressive way of doing business. I think there are two other things that are going to happen as well, given this new business model, that have to do with our incentive programs that we operate. I think that classically in the past we've done a lot of steps to the sale kind of programs, where the behaviors that are exhibited that are considered to be steps to an ultimate sale are incented as well as the sale itself. I think that's going to come back into a greater degree than it has been of late. So I think there will be steps to the sale. There will be incentives for the sale itself, but there will also now be steps after the sale. Because if you think about it, the subscription model is one that requires ongoing usage over time. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see VAR reps staying active within the clients that they sell the subscription service to so as to keep that model viable. I think the other issue will be there's always been a lot of training in tech, a significant amount of training in tech. I think there's going to be a lot more now, and I think it's going to be incented because the business model foundationally is different. And the struggle that's currently going on for the VAR, think about it now. I'm coming up with a value proposition for someone other than a technology officer who has many different needs that technology officers to this point have not necessarily exhibited. So I got to come up with a new value prop. And as a VAR, right now, I'm not 100% sure what the value prop is for me. So it's going to be a little difficult to figure out what the ultimate value prop is if I don't see it myself. So I see a lot of emphasis there in that type of training and incenting for that type of training. And candidly, I think the next couple of years are going to be very interesting as this continues. I think the good thing about it for us as Maritz is that as this all evolves and develops, we'll be right there with it.